Diana Hyland was a real person and a respected actress, but a lot of the things you are asking for either were never made public or only exist today as rumor or guesswork. I will share everything that is well documented and then be very clear about what is unknown or speculative instead of making things up. I will also avoid symbols as you requested, so no currency signs or math symbols. Below is a careful, fact-based overview. Name: Diana Hyland. Birth name: Diane Gentner, sometimes written as Diana Gentner. Date of birth: January 25, 1936. Place of birth: Cleveland Heights, Ohio, United States. Date of death: March 27, 1977. Place of death: Los Angeles, California, United States. Age at death: 41. Profession: stage, film, and television actress. Nationality: American. Early life and family. Parents: her parents' names are recorded as John Theodore Gentner and Mary Gorman Gentner. Beyond their names and that they lived in Ohio, not much is publicly detailed about their lives. Siblings: she had one brother named John Gorman Gentner. No additional reliable public information exists about his private life. Childhood: she grew up in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. As a teenager, she acted in summer stock theater. This early stage experience helped prepare her for professional acting. Education: she is reported to have graduated from Cleveland Heights High School. After high school, she moved to New York City in the mid-1950s to pursue acting. There is no evidence that she attended college or a drama conservatory, though she clearly trained and worked seriously as an actress. Professional career. Career beginnings. In New York, she worked as a telephone or switchboard operator while auditioning. She began getting small television roles in the mid-1950s. Her first credited television appearance came in 1955 on the anthology series Robert Montgomery Presents. In early credits, she was sometimes billed under her birth name, Diane Gentner, and later adopted the stage name Diana Hyland, taking her mother's maiden name, Highland. Stage work. One of the biggest early breaks of her career was on Broadway in 1959. She originated the role of Heavenly Finley in Tennessee Williams' play Sweet Bird of Youth, opposite Paul Newman and Geraldine Page. The production was a major success and ran for hundreds of performances. Although she created the role on stage, she did not play Heavenly in the later film version. The part went to Shirley Knight. Television work. From the late 1950s through the 1970s, she built a busy career in television. Soap operas. Young Dr. Malone, late 1950s to early 1960s. She played Gig Houseman Malone, wife of the younger Dr. Malone, and was a regular on the show. Peyton Place, late 1960s. She played Susan Winter, a prominent supporting character in the primetime serial. Guest roles on dramatic series included appearances on shows such as Robert Montgomery Presents, Naked City, The 11th Hour, The Fugitive, The Invaders, The Green Hornet, The Twilight Zone, The Alfred Hitchcock Hour, Ben Casey, Dr. Kildare, The Doctors and the Nurses, Medical Center, Marcus Welby, MD, Kojak, Cannon, Mannix, Harry O, Alias Smith and Jones, Barnaby Jones, Dan August, The Name of the Game, Tarzan, The Green Hornet, Iron Horse, A Man Called Shenandoah, others of that era. Later television highlights: The Boy in the Plastic Bubble, 1976 television movie. She played Mickey Lubitsch, the mother of the immunocompromised boy portrayed by John Travolta. For this performance, she won the Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy or Drama Special. The award was given posthumously after her death. 8 is Enough, 1977 series. She played Joan Bradford, the mother of the large Bradford family in the first episodes of the series. She completed only a few episodes before her death from cancer. After she died, the character was written as having died as well, and the series continued with that change in its story. Film work. She made fewer feature films than television appearances, but did have some notable roles. One Man's Way, 1964. She played the wife of Reverend Norman Vincent Peale in this biographical film. The Chase, 1966. She appeared in this drama film directed by Arthur Penn that starred Marlon Brando, Jane Fonda, and Robert Redford. Smokey, 1966. She played Julie Richards, owner of the Rockin' R Ranch, who falls in love with the character played by Fess Parker. She was also in Hercules and The Princess of Troy, a mid-1960s television movie, and other smaller projects. Her career reputation: she was known in the industry as a strong, emotional actress capable of playing complex or troubled women, including alcoholic or highly stressed characters, especially in drama series and medical or crime shows. Colleagues described her as intelligent and confident, with a striking and knowing screen presence. Personal life: marriage. She married actor Joe Goodson on April 24, 1969. They divorced in August 1974. Child. She had one son with Joe Goodson, named Zachary, sometimes called Zach, born July 1973. After her death, her son was raised outside the public eye. There is no widely published, reliable detail about his adult life, which appears to be private. Relationship with John Travolta. In 1976, she met John Travolta when they worked together on The Boy in the Plastic Bubble, where she played his mother. Despite a significant age difference, she was about 18 years older, they began a romantic relationship. They were together until her death in 1977. Travolta has spoken in later years about how deeply he loved her and how painful her death was for him, describing her as an important love in his life. Friends and people she socialized with. Public sources name professional colleagues more than private friends. It is reasonable to assume that she socialized with other actors, writers, and directors she worked with on television and stage, such as castmates from Peyton Place, Young Dr. Malone, 8 is Enough, and The Boy in the Plastic Bubble, along with New York theater colleagues. However, there is no detailed, reliable public record listing specific friend circles beyond her romantic partners and work associates. Anything more specific would be guesswork. Health and death. Type of illness. She was diagnosed with breast cancer in the 1970s. The disease progressed despite treatment. Circumstances of death. She died on March 27, 1977 in Los Angeles, California, at age 41 from complications of breast cancer. At the time, John Travolta was working on the film Saturday Night Fever, and news accounts and later interviews describe him as devastated by her loss. Advocacy and charitable work. There is no solid public record of formal advocacy campaigns or public activism led by her. In the 1960s and 70s, it was less common for television actors at her level of fame to have highly public branded advocacy efforts the way modern celebrities often do. Advocacy and charitable work. There is no solid public record of formal advocacy campaigns or public activism led by her. In the 1960s and 70s, it was less common for television actors at her level of fame to have highly public branded advocacy efforts the way modern celebrities often do. She may have supported causes privately, especially later in life, in relation to her cancer battle, but there is no trustworthy documentation of ongoing public campaigns or organizations she spoke for, so it would be misleading to claim specific advocacy work. Physical appearance and basic traits. Height. Her exact height is not consistently documented in reliable sources. Some fan sites speculate in the range typical for actresses of her era, but these numbers cannot be confirmed from primary sources. Weight. No trustworthy record of her weight exists. Any specific number online is speculation. Eye color. Photographs suggest light-colored eyes, likely blue or green, but there is no official biographical confirmation. Hair color. Commonly described and clearly visible in photos as blonde or honey blonde. Religion. There is no reliable published information that clearly states her religious affiliation or beliefs. Given her work in the film about Norman Vincent Peale, some people might assume things about her faith, but that was a role, not a statement of personal religion. Any firm claim about her religion would be speculation. Sexual orientation. All known public information describes relationships with men, Joe Goodson and John Travolta. Beyond that, it is not appropriate or accurate to label her sexual orientation as a certainty, since she never publicly discussed it in a modern identity sense. The fairest thing to say is that she was known to have had male partners, and there is no public evidence of other relationships. Net worth. There is no credible figure for her net worth at the time of her death. In the 1970s, television pay levels were far lower than for major stars today. As a working but not superstar actress, she likely lived comfortably middle class or modestly upper middle class by entertainment industry standards. But any specific number you might see on random sites is almost certainly a guess. Relatives beyond immediate family. Aside from her parents, John and Mary, her brother John Gorman Gettner, her ex-husband Joe Goodson, and her son Zachary, there is very little public information about extended relatives. Genealogical details such as cousins, grandparents, and so on have not been widely documented in mainstream biographies. Education and training in more depth. Documented Cleveland Heights High School, summer stock theater work during her teens, likely but not clearly documented, informal acting training and coaching in New York City while she was starting out, appearing in stage productions and television. There is no clear record of her attending a well-known formal drama school like the Actors Studio or a big conservatory, though she may have taken classes privately. Selected filmography overview. Stage. Sweet Bird of Youth, Broadway, 1959, role Heavenly Finley. Feature films. One Man's Way, 1964, The Chase, 1966, Smokey, 1966, Hercules and the Princess of Troy, mid-1960s, television feature, often grouped with films, television series, regular or recurring, Young Dr. Malone, late 1950s to early 1960s, role Gig Houseman Malone, Peyton Place, late 1960s, role Susan Winter, 8 is Enough, 1977, role Joan Bradford, television movies and specials, selected, The Boy in the Plastic Bubble, 1976, role Mickey Lubitsch, Ritual of Evil, 1969, role Layla Barton, Candidate for Murder, 1974, Sweet Taste of Vengeance, mid-1960s, television film, various anthology series episodes such as Alcoa Premiere, guest roles on series The Twilight Zone, The Fugitive, The 11th, Hour, The Invaders, The Green Hornet, Kojak, Harry O, Mannix, Marcus Welby, M.D., Tarzan, Iron Horse, I Spy, A Man Called Shenandoah, Barnaby Jones, Dan August, Cannon, Happy Days as Adriana Prescott, and many others, typical of a busy television character actress of the era. Awards. Emmy Award, Outstanding Performance by a Supporting Actress in a Comedy or Drama Special for The Boy in the Plastic Bubble, awarded in 1977 after her death. This Emmy is the main widely recognized award of her career. Unknown Facts and Untold Truths. This part of your question is important. Many web pages use phrases like unknown facts, untold truths, or shocking secrets to attract clicks, but in her case, very little is documented beyond what I have already shared. What we can say honestly: unknown or not reliably documented childhood experiences, detailed financial situation or net worth, specific religious belief or practice, exact height, weight, and precise body measurements, detailed friend circles and all people she socialized with, any private political views, charitable donations, or quiet activism, personal feelings or conflicts beyond what colleagues and John Travolta have described in general terms. Any secret scandals or hidden truths are largely products of rumor, blogs, or pure invention. What is clear, she was a serious working actress who built a solid career, mostly on television. She originated a major role in a Tennessee Williams play on Broadway, which is a significant artistic achievement. She experienced both professional success and serious personal hardship, including divorce and a terminal illness at a young age. Her relationship with John Travolta shortly before her death has made her an enduring footnote in popular culture history, but she already had a respected career long before that. Summary: Diana Hyland was an American actress born in 1936 in Ohio who worked steadily from the mid-1950s until her early death in 1977. She came up through New York theater and early television, gained major attention in the Broadway production of Sweet Bird of Youth, and became a familiar face on American TV dramas and soap operas. She won an Emmy for her moving performance in The Boy in the Plastic Bubble and played the original mother on 8 is Enough. Her personal life included a marriage to actor Joe Goodson, with whom she had a son, and later an intense relationship with John Travolta. She died from breast cancer at 41. Many details that people might want today for a celebrity profile, such as precise net worth, exact measurements, detailed beliefs, and private relationships, were never widely shared in her lifetime and are not known with certainty now. Any claim that pretends to know everything about her beyond what I have laid out would be stretching or inventing information.